Hi guys, welcome back. I'm here with another video for you guys, and today's video actually is going to be a very different video from my regular uploads which I usually covers the games played by masters. But in this video today I'm actually going to show you guys how you should effectively face off against the Englund Gambit that happens after one d4. Now Englund Gambit has a reputation of being dubious, but if you don't know how to play well against it, then you can get into serious trouble against it. So let's see how to tackle this very tricky Englund Gambit, and I will be releasing this sort of guide for you guys in various parts. So in this video today we will be seeing some of the sidelines that happen in the Englund Gambit, and in the subsequent videos I'll be releasing the further parts. So let's get started. So Englund Gambit begins after d4, and now black decides to gambit upon here already on the second move with this move e5, and we have now the Englund Gambit. So since we have taken the pawn, now knight comes and attacks it, and with the move knight to f3, now we defend the pawn, and now black already makes a dubious move in this position, queen to e7, already taking out his queen in the opening. So we play this bishop to f4 and go and defend the pawn. So in this position now black actually gives this check on the b4, that is the whole idea of this gambit, and we just have to retreat with our bishop, and now the queen will take here, and now you have to play this move of knight to c3. Now you can note that this move is not possible because the bishop just comes and attacks you, and you will be in a difficult position. So we have to just play this move of knight to c3, after which black plays this move of bishop to b4, and now we attack this queen with our move of rook to b1. Queen has only this move, so it retreats to the square, and we play the move of rook to b3. Again the queen has to now go back to a5 now, sort of creating a pin on this diagonal. And now actually the engine wants you to play a move like either e3 or e4, but I suggest you guys this very simple move of a3. All the variations that happen after e4 e5 sort of transpose into this move of a3, so I would recommend you to directly play this move of a3. Now I'm going to actually cover 4 moves in this video. One move is bishop to e7, other is bishop to f8, which is kind of ridiculous, but still I'm going to show you how to play against that. Other move is bishop to c4, and last move is bishop takes on a3. So these are the 4 moves that I'm going to cover in this video, and this move bishop takes c3 we'll cover in the next video because it's a very long kind of sequence that I'll have to explain. So I will limit my current video to these 4 moves because all the other moves don't make much sense, because you can see that your bishop is attacked, and moving any other pieces like this will not make much sense, and so these are the 4 possible moves. So let's take a look at this move of bishop to e7, where black decides that after this pawn attacks the bishop, it decides to just retreat. In this position you can calmly play this move of knight to b5. Now you can see that yes, you are attacking the pawn on c7, which will help you to fork the king as well as the rook, and you can also see that the queen is actually attacked. So in this position, let's say if the queen decides to go to b7, because you can see that it has to maintain the control of the c7 square. So let's say the queen decides to go on the b6 square. Now in this position again you have to play this calm move of e5. Now you can see that the bishop is nicely defending the knight, and we are sort of threatening a move like knight to d6. Now already this move of knight to d6 is actually perfectly fine for you, wherein after it takes you can actually take back with the rook, and you will have a rook for a queen for rook and a bishop. But actually the best line in this position is to, if you don't remember in this position what to do, just play this move and you should be fine. But rather I want you to play this move of e4. Now we are actually threatening to play this move So in this and also we are threatening to play bishop to e3, wherein this queen will be completely trapped. So now black has to actually play this move of bishop to c5, and we calmly play this move of bishop to c4, now allowing this bishop to actually take this pawn. And if actually black decides to take in this position, we calmly move our king to the side, and after, let's say, he plays a move like knight g to e7, we can actually now play a move like this, and you can already see that now this is a better version, because let's say if I decide to if you decide to take my knight, then I can just take your queen, and after, let's say, you take my rook, now I can take a bishop, and now I have a queen for a rook, so that would be better for me. So if you, let's say, you don't play this knight to g to e7, and let's say if you decide to retreat with your bishop, then I can just simply come back with my knight, and now you can see that this queen is now completely trapped. So if you play this move of rook to a5, queen to a5, that was the only move that is available. Now after the move knight to d5, only move that is possible is probably queen to a4, and now I can actually this move is also like sort of winning for you, but then you are hanging your bishop there. So I am actually saying to black in this position that he can't do anything, like I am now threatening this, I am also threatening this, and he can't defend both of these things. So let's say if he decides to protect the c7 square, I can just attack his queen, and that queen is now completely blocked. So if you decide to now attack my queen, I can just take here, and after knight takes, I can take back, and I will be completely a piece up. So that would be completely winning for me. And now let's say in that position, let's say if you now decide to, you cannot go actually anywhere, so that would be actually still lost for you. You can try maybe with a move like a3, but after that I can just take here, and after, let's say, you move your king, I can already just take here and be up an entire rook. So that was the variation that would arise after a move like that would actually arise after you play this. You have to just play now this move of knight to b5, and after the queen only has one square, because it's the same actually after, if let's say queen goes here, then I can just give this check, and after the king moves, I can just take on a8 and be a rook up. So we saw that after queen to b6, you can just keep bringing your pieces out, and you can at the end just win the queen. So that was the variation that was arising after this move of bishop to e7. Now let us quickly go and see the second variation that is possible, and it is actually quite ridiculous, the move bishop to f8, because you just brought your bishop out. Why are you bringing it backwards? That simply loses to this move of e5. Now you can see that we are developing all of our pieces, whereas black is very dubiously placed. So after a move like, let's say, e5, if let's say black decides to develop his pieces with the move knight g to e7, then I can simply play this move of knight to d5, wherein you can see that this queen now has no squares for itself other than this a4 square. So let's say if it decides to go there, then I can just give a check, and you are completely losing here, because I can just now take your rook. So that would be completely losing after this ridiculous move of bishop to f8, because then you can just play this move e5, and if like black does not make any progress, then I can just simply play this move of knight to actually this move of e4 is actually aimed at playing this move of knight to d5. So that was the variation that was arising after knight to f8. Now let us look at another variation, that is bishop to c5. Now this variation is actually very easy to refute with this move of knight to e4. Now you can see that this queen is being attacked, at the same time this bishop is being attacked, and actually there is no way for the queen to keep maintaining the defense of the bishop. So after a move like this, I can just take this I can just take that bishop and completely be a bishop up. So knight to c4 actually also leads to loss after a move like knight to e4. And like none of the moves are actually possible in this position, because let's say if you just go here, then also I can just take, and there is no way for you to maintain that. There was no way for you to, after bishop to c4, there is, after I play knight to e5, there is no way for you to defend the bishop. And if you like move the bishop, then I can just simply take your queen and be a queen up. So you can't be safe from both these threats. So and our last variation that I want to show you guys for today, and it's actually a very tricky move that black can actually play, that actually leads to complete loss of the game. That is actually this move of bishop takes on a3. Now this move bishop takes a3 has been played on Lichess database 10,000 times, but the correct move in this position white is able to find only 700 times. So you can already see the ratio that is there, that is around 0.7% that is there. White actually does not manage to find the correct move most of the times. So the correct move in this position is actually, many of the players actually play this move. They even which just loses the knight, they play this move seemingly attacking this, which are actually not so good. And even if you like, let's say if you go with queen to a1, let's say pinning this bishop, the bishop can just retreat, and actually the correct move in that position is to play this move of rook to b5. Now you can see that the queen only has this square because it can't go here because the knight is protecting it. So let's say queen goes to a6, and now I can play this move of, very good move actually, of knight to d5, wherein if you take, I can just give this check and fork both your queen and your king. And I am already threatening this to come with a fork. So let's say if you safeguard your queen, then I can immediately not take, because you can see that, yeah, I am forking both these things, but also you are attacking my rook, so I can't actually do that. So instead, in this position, I have to play this calm move of rook to b3 that is there. I am now threatening this, I'm threatening to fork both your king and your rook. So if you, let's say, decide to protect with the king, because you can already see that there is no other way to defend that square, because you can't go here because of the bishop. So let's say if you decide to protect with your king there, I can just play this calm move of queen to a1, and now you can already see that this queen is not defended. So this bishop is actually pinned to this, this bishop is pinned to that queen, and that would be simply a loss of material for that black. So that was the variation that was arising after the move bishop takes on a3. Many of the players are actually missing this move of rook to b5, after which white is completely winning after knight to d5, queen to a4, rook comes back on the b3 square, threatening to take here. And if you, let's say, defend, then I'm just coming and attacking here. And if you, let's say, don't defend, then what are you even playing? If you just go back here, then you are already losing the queen, and there is nothing else to play for you, because let's say if you decide to save your bishop, then also I can just take here, forking both your rook and your king. So that is this variation that arises after bishop takes, and you have to play this move of rook to b5. So those are the 4 variations that I wanted to show you guys that arise after you play this move of a3. So we saw 4 variations today: bishop to e7, bishop to f8, bishop to c5, and bishop takes on a3. I hope if someone plays Englund Gambit against you and plays one of these 4 moves, you will be able to counter it with the help of this guide, and I hope it helps you against the Englund Gambit. So that was my video for today. If you want to see more of this Englund Gambit theory, then please make sure to like the video, so I know that you guys want more theory, because in the next video we are actually going to cover the main line, that is bishop takes on c3. I did not want to cover it in this video because unnecessary this video will get long, because that variation has so many sub variations in that, and I will cover in the next video. So hope this guide helps you to combat the dubious but very tricky Englund Gambit, and I'll see you in the next part. Until then, bye bye.